great. I'll just go live on YouTube as well. In case you are wondering, I do have a YouTube channel. So if you want to attend the live streams, then you have Creator. If you want to look at my pre-recorded videos, then I will just share my YouTube with you. You can check it out aram se when you have the time, and if you want to, I just sent the link. Now today's agenda is going to be looking at the markets, live markets, right? Adani Green, this is just a stock that I was looking at. I already have it in my holdings. I'm just trying to see if I should, hold on to it or book partial and all. So that is why it was there. And yeah, so today we're going to take a look at Nifty, Bank Nifty, just to understand how many of y'all have some experience in the markets. Can you please tell me what your level of experience in the market has been? What has your level of experience in the market been? I will just try to access the chat using my phone, so it's easier that way. YouTube, okay, YouTube is live. Okay. Let me just see. Yeah, I do. I have been investing for a few years. I invest in stocks. Okay, so looks like a few investors among us. Wait, is this thing on mute? I'm not on mute, right? I'm not on mute. Okay, looks like a few investors among us can hear you. Okay. Okay, so I'll give you a brief on why I have picked today as well. So today is what is known as a Thursday expiry. How many of y'all have heard of this word, Thursday expiry? And it'll be in English, so I won't just be speaking in English because English is better for more people. तो इसलिए हम लोग हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे. So how many of y'all have heard of Thursday expiry? आप में से कितने लोगों को Thursday expiry के बारे में पता है? Yash has heard of it. How about everyone else? Let me know. We are quite a few of us today here in the room, so I hope that all of us are active and engaged. Nope. Okay, fine. So I'll tell you what it is. Basically, every Thursday, Nifty and Bank Nifty contracts expire. Which contract expire? Options. And every last Thursday of the month, the futures also expire. So futures and options are basically derivatives, and which is why Thursday is considered to be a very important day. विवान ने नहीं सुना, नो प्रॉब्लम. सो अगर आपने नहीं सुना ठीक है, सुन लो. एफएनओ में ट्रेड करने की जरूरत नहीं है इफ यू डोंट नो व्हाट इट इज एंड हाउ इट वर्क्स, पर आपको समझना है इफ यू ट्रेड बैंक निफ्टी और निफ्टी, देन एटलीस्ट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इट इज एंड यू नो व्हाई इट इज सो सिग्निफिकेंट. तो ऐसा कहा जाता है कि थर्सडेज को मूव थोड़ा सा बड़ा आ सकता है, एंड देयर इज इट्स कंसीडर्ड दैट देयर विल बी अ लिटिल वॉलेटिलिटी एवरी थर्सडे, व्हिच इज व्हाई हम लोग थर्सडे को लाइव स्ट्रीम्स रखते हैं. सो इफ यू check out my YouTube or Creator, you will see that every Thursday हम लोग कुछ टाइम से live market analysis रखते हैं. So it's from 3 to 3:30. So our agenda for today with that kept in mind, अगर मैं आपको agenda कहूँ, so first we will look at what Nifty and Bank Nifty look like on the daily chart. I'll tell you exactly मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ, what I'm looking for as well. हम लोग देखेंगे Nifty और Bank Nifty 5 मिनट पे कैसा दिख रहे हैं. And then we can have a bit of a Q&A session. We'll look at some other data, financial data, and so on. So this will largely be the agenda for today. इसमें आपको कोई भी questions है related to personal finance or trading and all, आप पूछ सकते हो मुझसे. You can ask questions not related to equities too. I teach forex as well. So अगर आपको forex का question है, then you can ask that. one good resource I would recommend, अगर आपको जानना है फॉरेक्स के बारे में या आपको जानना है अगर ओवरऑल इंटरेस्ट रेट्स और फंडामेंटल्स में क्या चल रहा है, आई वुड रेकमेंड यू वॉच दिस वीडियो राइट हियर. जैक्सन होल एंड इंटरेस्ट रेट्स इज द टाइटल ऑफ द वीडियो. और यहाँ पे मैं बात करता हूँ हाउ इंटरेस्ट रेट हैज actually had its effect on the market, and how interest rates affect prices of commodities, forex and also equities. So वो जरूर देख लेना. Okay, so without any further ado, I think we can get started. मैं यहाँ पे सारी चीजें हटा दूंगा. We'll start with a clean slate and we'll try to look at what the market is right now and how it is performing. So अगर हम लोग overall देखते हैं, 1st of September Nifty was around 16,400. So technically speaking, Nifty has only really gained around 1100 points, which is actually less than 10%. In fact, it is closer to 5% than it is to 10%. मतलब काफी underwhelming सा performance रहा है, and that is largely because from around October November we saw a bit of a bearish movement. How can we say it's a bearish movement? हम लोग देख सकते हैं that prices, even though they were climbing, they were largely going down after climbing. ठीक है. In technicals की language, if you are not aware of technicals that much, this is basically called a lower high and a lower low. Why? Because these highs that you see are falling and these lows that you see are also falling. तो इस हिसाब से हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि अगर हम सिर्फ एक इन्वेस्टर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखें, if we just try to consider Nifty's 1 year performance, it has not been very good, right? I'm sure you'll all agree. पर हम लोग का ऑब्जेक्टिव सिर्फ वो देखना नहीं है. हम लोग का ऑब्जेक्टिव ये देखना है कि ओवरऑल इफ वी आर ट्रेडिंग, ओवरऑल इफ वी आर पार्टिसिपेटिंग, देन व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग राइट नाउ. हमें समझना है कि ये फेज में क्या हो रहा है. सो फॉर दैट व्हाट वी कैन सी इसकी ओवरऑल after falling, Nifty has actually managed to recover a lot. In fact, we have gone from 15,100 to almost 18,000, which is almost around 2,800 points. I'm saying the net movement that actually happened. Around 28 to 2,900 points जितना हम लोग ने देखा है movement, which is very important. So ये थोड़ा सा I'm just anchoring you, I'm just giving you some context as to how the markets have moved and as to what I am trying to look at here. तो अभी अगर हम लोग ये मूव की बात करें, हम लोग ने देखा राइट अराउंड 17,990 और समथिंग वाज द हाई दैट निफ्टी मेड, एंड आफ्टर दैट हम लोग ने देखा निफ्टी हैज फॉलन. हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे देयर वाज दिस गैप दैट वाज मेड, आफ्टर व्हिच निफ्टी हैज नॉट रियली बीन एबल टू गो अप. इन फैक्ट दिस वाज द कैंडल दैट मेड द हाई, और उसके बाद वही कैंडल के लो के आसपास भी नहीं आ पाया. So I would say as of now, this level, which is there, becomes a very important resistance. What's a resistance? Resistance basically means कि वहां से शायद prices can come down, and that is what we saw yesterday, right? Prices came here and then we're seeing them falling right now. So this is how I would look at Nifty, at least as of now, on a broader scale. हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि from higher levels it is facing some headwinds. If we try to bring in some additional tools to give us some extra context, then what we can see is कि यहाँ से यहाँ तक जाके वो ये level से थोड़ा सा bounce कर रहा है, but now it is heading closer to that level. So maybe we can say around 17,300 is where Nifty might be headed to if this current movement continues. Okay, so that is one thing. Now, if this is a sort of broader perspective view, this is not an intraday view. पर अगर हमें intraday समझना है, if you want to understand exactly what is happening today, then this is how we can try to figure out. So हम लोग देख सकते हैं yesterday, when I say yesterday, I mean Tuesday, was a very euphoric day. It was euphorically positive. हम लोग देख सकते हैं there was practically no dip. Prices went straight up, and after that, pretty much on Tuesday itself, हम लोग देख रहे थे कि SGX Nifty was indicating a negative open. How many of us know what SGX Nifty is? आप में से कितने लोगों को पता है SGX Nifty क्या होता है? Can someone please tell me? SGX Nifty. Don't know? Okay. SGX Nifty is basically this sort of Nifty that is traded on the Singapore market. So after our markets close, अगर आपको जानना है कि कि how Nifty's sentiment is moving, you can look at SGX Nifty. I have a very quick reel kya shorts on it, so I will just share it, and there we go. You can take a look at that. That has the SGX Nifty video आप देख सकते हो, and using that you will get an idea how exactly it is used and all. Watch it later, don't watch it now, it's fine. But basically SGX Nifty will tell us how the sentiment is moving after today the market has closed. So basically when the markets shut at 3:30, लेट्स से मुझे शाम को रात को 8 बजे देखना है what Nifty is doing and how it might open in the morning. I go on Google, I type SGX Nifty, and boom, I get to figure out कि plus है minus है, is it a very big positive day, is it a very big negative day, and so on. That is how I find out what the next day's open might be. अब अगर हम लोग बात करते हैं आज की specifically, then what we can see here is कि prices were actually not even able to come near the previous close. This is the previous close line for Nifty. और हम लोग देख सकते हैं that my neighbors dogs are also very excited about the markets right now. हम लोग देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे that roughly this level, which was one of the final resistances that was faced on Tuesday, acted as a high for today. और उसके बाद हम लोग ने प्राइसेस को टूटते देखा था. Where was the bearish sentiment for today sort of sealed अगर हम बोलते हैं, then we can see this is a resistance, broke it, came down, and then when we broke the resistance by this candle, it was sort of a sign that maybe the bears are in control now, because what we saw was ये level से उसने support लेके तोड़ दिया था वो support, and then prices slipped on the downside. Prices created a new low हम लोग देख सकते हैं, और अब यहाँ पे हम लोग थोड़ा सा bounce देख रहे हैं. Now when will my view change? अगर let's say हम लोग देखते हैं prices को ये level के ऊपर trade होते, which is above 550, 560, if they are able to trade, then I feel there is a good chance we might see a move closer to here. Otherwise, I feel we are likely to see a retest of the lower levels. Maybe this is a level that we can look at. Maybe around this is a level that we can look at. So these would be some levels that we can have in mind for Friday. So when people say कि अच्छा कल मार्केट में क्या होगा, कल कहाँ पे जाएगा, this would be what we are looking at. अगर इसे तोड़ देता है, if prices are able to cross this, then maybe somewhere around here is where prices will take resistance. अगर इसे तोड़ नहीं पाता, if it goes down, then first level will be here. Otherwise, then maybe it will look for such levels. So you can keep this in mind. You can take a screenshot, or you can just check out the replay of this. Replay should be available on YouTube faster than it might be available on Creator, but still it will be there for you. ठीक है, so this is my view on Nifty. अगर बात करते हैं what exactly is moving Nifty right now. Okay, and I can see a lot of questions are there, a few questions are there. I will answer those, don't worry. Questions का answer मैं करूंगा, I will answer all questions, but just wait for me to get done with the analysis and then we can talk. Okay, यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं, this is NSE's website. I will share a link of this as well, so it is easier for you to just see. Okay, this is NSE's website. NSE website पे हम देख सकते हैं that we get a list of all the movers. Right here we can see broad market. Broad market में what are we looking at? We are primarily looking at India VIX. India VIX क्यों देखते हैं? India VIX shows us volatility. It shows us uncertainty. Okay, volatility and uncertainty. So when India VIX is up by almost 6%, it shows that there is increased uncertainty or heightened fear in the market. Okay, this is what we are trying to look at. Right now, India VIX is around 20, which is a dangerous level. That is one thing we need to consider. अगर sectors पे आते हैं, so this is how we actually understand कि मार्केट का अगर हम एक्सरे निकाले तो कैसा दिखेगा. एक्सरे निकाले तो then we'll find out that Nifty, okay, Nifty is down by 1.21% today. Banks are down by just 0.5%. ठीक है. So अगर एक साइड पे if one person is saying that 100 रुपए का लॉस है and the other is saying कि मुझे सिर्फ 20 रुपए का लॉस है, naturally you will say that the lesser loss is better. So the same way we can say banks are stronger. How are banks stronger? PSU banks and private banks को देखते हैं हम लोग यहाँ पे. We can see PSU banks are actually positive by 0.83. So यहाँ पे इस बंदे को 100 का लॉस हुआ है, टोटल को 20 का लॉस हुआ है, इसमें से एक को एक्चुअली 50 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट हुआ है. Okay, so that is how we try to understand it. And we can see private banks are down, which is why हम लोग देख रहे हैं that banks have in general performed better. So we can see banks are doing better than the rest of the market today. Again, it is a positive sign. अगर हम लोग बात करते हैं other core sectors की, for example, IT is a very important sector. IT we can see is down by almost 2%. And IT stocks have actually played a big role in dragging Nifty down. ठीक है? IT stocks play a big role in actually dragging Nifty down. How do we get the exact number of this? Money control पे जाएंगे हम लोग. I will share a link of that with you as well. Money control पे जाएंगे हम. Money control पे जाके we get this. We get this. यहाँ पे you can see I have just scrolled down and you can get the contribution info for free. We can see Reliance is the top dragger, Infosys, TCS, which means two IT heavyweights, two IT major stocks. Reliance is the top stock, right? ICICI Bank is a leading bank. So down, which is why Nifty is down. But if we see, there is just one bank on this list. बाकी सारे banks यहाँ पे नहीं है, which is why we can also say that banks are a little better. We can see the overall gainers and losers here. You can check this out for Banknifty. आप देख सकते हो. Again, we can see Banknifty में very few losers, a couple of gainers as well. Nifty में several losers. So this is how you would try to figure out. This is how you would try to figure out the sentiment. Now, अगर हम लोग Banknifty के chart की बात करते हैं, then I will just go to it. Banknifty is at 39,300. Overall, we can see it is at a reasonable level. How Banknifty has moved is it went up, took resistance from around 39,700, came down, took support from around 38,200, and now it is back up in this area. So let's say that it is able to hold on to around 39,000 and it bounces up. Then I feel there is a very good chance कि 39,700 को भी तोड़ेगा, and then we may be headed closer to this 40,000 level. So in general, we are seeing banks are stronger right now. Even using these technical tools that I have here on my chart, you can sort of figure out that, okay, maybe banks are stronger at this stage. So this is what Banknifty is telling us on the daily chart. अगर हम लोग बात करते हैं इंट्राडे चार्ट की, then straight up one thing we can see is कि today's high is greater than yesterday's high. The good thing about this is कि it shows that banks are once again strong. Because Nifty में हम लोग ने देखा this was previous close and this is where Nifty's high was. Nifty was trading here. Whereas Banknifty itself is trading much higher. Banknifty भी नीचे ही open किया था, but it was able to recover a lot. It was able to recover a lot intraday in the first few minutes. So if we see, starting में ही Banknifty recovered around 2%, which is 840 points. So in case you are wondering, in case you are very new to the markets and you aren't sure लोग पैसा कैसे बनाते हैं मार्केट में, this is how it works. Let's say आपने यहाँ पर या यहाँ पर खरीदा था and after you bought it, Bank Nifty went up by 300 points. Bank Nifty 300 points के ऊपर जाना means you can trade this in two ways. I won't go into those ways right now. बट आप इसका एटलीस्ट अराउंड 100 to 150 पॉइंट्स कमा सकते थे, एंड दैट basically equals to a reasonable amount of money. Okay, so this is how sort of these trades work when we look at bank nifty trades and nifty trades. Again, just a quick FYI that I'm sharing with you. अगर बात करते हैं आज के सपोर्ट और रेजिस्टेंसेस की, then again we can see something similar. This is basically the area where bank nifty took resistance from, broke that, took support, and then it broke it here. I would say bank nifty's fate was sealed in this candle right here, क्योंकि हम देख सकते हैं that candle actually closed lower than two very important zones, and as such what we can see after that candle, we saw further resistance and then a fall. Now we are once again holding around this same region. This level happens to be around 39,360. So again, if we are able to see this level being broken, then उसके बाद around 39,440 के आसपास जा सकते हैं, and after that maybe around 39,600. So for Nifty, an important level is 17,600. For Bank Nifty, an important level is 39,600. Nifty is a little more bearish. Bearish means down, which is why ये level already तोड़ दिया है. Bank Nifty is not that bearish, but it is still reasonably bearish, which is why Bank Nifty ने भी ये level तोड़ दिया है. I would say ये दो stocks जब ऊपर जाएंगे, when they actually go up, when they are actually able to recover a little, then it will be a positive sign. And again, those levels that I said, 39,600 and 17,600, they will be very important areas to really watch out कि कैसा हो रहा है. So now we'll just take a quick look at the questions and all. NDTV stock now worth buying. NDTV, there's a lot of all of this happening. Kya Adani wants to buy and all. I really don't get into such stocks because see, ultimately you have to take a risk conscious decision. I feel this is at this stage, it is more of gambling. And I don't want to gamble in the markets. I want to think carefully in the markets and play carefully in the markets, which is why NDTV जैसे stocks I would not look at. Because of gold price, how does it impact stock prices? Vaibhav, gold price and stock price ka, if you want to see the relation, I recommend watching the Jackson Hole video. I will share it with you right now. Gold and stock prices are not directly related, but they are indirectly related. So I will just link, share it with you. They are related, but they are related indirectly. I just sent the link. You can check it out. So the next question. JK Lakshmi stock. Let's look at JK Lakshmi stock. JK Lakshmi stock, let's see. It's not bad, I'd say. किस हिसाब से मैं not bad बोल रहा हूँ. One तो we can see it's above the major moving averages. I would say one headwind that is possibly approaching for it is this one. 200 MA आ रहा है. मतलब basically around 480 to लेके 485 के आसपास से maybe there's a chance it might come down. But if it's able to go above this level, then I feel it will be a positive sign. Another way that we can analyze this is we can basically look at how the resistances are going. So let's say we mark this general level as a resistance and we mark this general level as a resistance. Two resistance hai hamare yahan pe. We can see it is approaching that resistance in a bullish manner, right? So we can basically say that at least as of now it has been moving in the right direction. Now, if it breaks this zone, then it will have shown some sort of lack of strength. Further, if it, let's say, breaks this level, which is around 460, 465, then it will have shown that there is just not enough strength for the bulls to actually take prices forward. So this is how you can analyze JK Lakshmi stock on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, it does not inspire that much confidence, but again, it depends on your time frame too. Cummins India, Asian Paints, Unilever, okay. Any other stocks, please let me know apart from Yash's comments. If there are any stocks, let me know now. Otherwise, we'll call it. That's like we'll say that that's about it for the stock session. If you have any other stocks that you want me to look at, then please let me know. Otherwise, we'll start wrapping up. This is what I'm looking at right now. महिंद्रा ओके फाइन, राहुल नोटेड. हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे दिस एक्टेड एज अ रेजिस्टेंस एक्ट किया, मतलब प्राइसेस वर अनएबल टू गो अबव दैट लेवल, बट देन हम लोग ने देखा एक ब्रेकआउट हुआ. This breakout, what it means is that prices were able to go above the resistance, which is a bullish sign. Then we saw prices retested. This is called a retest or a pullback. Okay, prices retested, came back down, and they are going up again. Typically not something I would generally trade, but it does not look bad. It does not look offensive at all. If you have already some holdings in Cummins, then theek hai. Otherwise, fresh positions ke liye, unless your time frame is a little larger, I would be a little careful. In general, see, the market is in such a place where at least for the past practically, agar aap dekho, then since last September, it's been a little choppy. So any new positions, I say that if you're investing, then theek hai. Otherwise, if you're trying to trade, be a little cautious, wait for dips, wait for the markets to sort of give you a very good bumper offer, and only then you enter. At least that's what I have been doing. यहाँ पर हम लोग देख सकते हैं this happens to be a level and the resistance happens to be somewhere around here. I would say right now prices have bounced from 30 to 50-ish, and they are likely to take resistance from 3600. So Asian Paints, as of now, I would not buy at this level. Maybe if it comes down lower, then theek hai. Which area would I be interested in buying at? I feel somewhere around here is good. As you can see, 250 MA around 3100, 3200 might be a reasonable level. Otherwise, not really a stock that I'd look at. Hindustan Unilever is actually not doing that well. In fact, अगर हम देखते हैं, then prior to COVID, it did exceptionally well. आप देख सकते हो. This is the performance before COVID. COVID happened, and then we can see it has been moving in a range. Now, typically during this phase, we saw ITC moving slowly and HUL doing good. But in this phase, we have seen HUL doing slow and ITC doing good. So it's like a shuffling that has happened, and that is why we are looking at HUL being a little slow right now. But I feel it still has some potential. As of now, it does not look very confidence inspiring. It's coming down. Maybe if it reaches maybe this region for starters, and then maybe around this region, it might be worthwhile. Not a stock that I'm looking at buying, at least as of now. Mahindra, look at M and M. All-time high. It's just doing very, very good. I remember this stock. I had here. I think I had bought it here or here, one of the lower levels. I had bought it, and I had actually booked partial profits as well. It's just to the moon right now, and there are several reasons why this is happening. Firstly, their cars are very good. XUV 700, Scorpio, and all practically sold out cars. Now they're entering the EV space also. So let's see. Maybe this is likely to continue. This is not a space where, rather, this is not a place where I would like to buy. So me personally, I don't buy at such levels. I like to wait for lower levels to come. So if you ask me without indicators, where would I buy? I'd like to buy somewhere in this region, around 950 or so, or around 670 or so. If you ask me with indicators, first answer remains similar, around 942. Second answer changes a little and comes down to around 700. So that is my view on Mahindra. Next we have DLF. YouTube पे कोई है क्या comment? Singapore Nifty, can you tell us more about India VIX? Sorry, Sanket ji, sorry, I forgot. I I get a notification on Crater, but I'll talk about SGX Nifty, and I'll talk about VIX. I'll tell you what it is and how it works and all. I hope you are still with us, Sanket ji. I hope you have not left the stream. If you have, then thoda sa problem ho jayega. I'll just comment it in that case. But if you are still here in the stream, then just comment or something. अच्छा हो जाएगा. DLF, yes, let's talk about DLF now. हम लोग यहाँ पे DLF में देख सकते हैं, हम लोग यहाँ पे I just have to remove this. DLF में overall it's looking good. See, this I feel this breaking this zone was very important because इसके पहले हम लोग ने DLF में overall एक bearish sort of movement देखी थी. Now that this has been broken, I feel it is still looking good. That said, again, not at a level where I would particularly buy at. By now you might have realized this is fine, but I would personally wait for lower levels to come. Why? Because that is just my style. I mean, it's okay, यहाँ से भी ऊपर जा सकता है, और my personal style dictates that when there is a bumper sale of sorts in the market, then buy. So it depends on my comfort level. I'm not saying this is not a stock I would buy right now or anything. It's just at this stage not for me. It is still positive, it is still bullish, just not something I would typically pick right now. We can see ये भी तोड़ा है, so it has all the signs that say it is bullish, just not something that I would get just right now. HDFC पे जाते हैं. HDFC यहाँ पे हम लोग देख सकते हैं, it is coming down from the 50 MA. This is not looking good. If we talk about the levels also, there are a few levels that I have marked HDFC में, and we can see here this around 2480 के आसपास एक लेवल बनता है, वहीं से वो नीचे आया है, and it is holding this zone. Which is this zone? In case you are wondering, it happens to be around 2320. So if it's able to bounce up from here, well and good. Otherwise, we may see it going a little lower and maybe retesting that 2200 mark shortly. ऊपर जाता है, then I would say 2600 to 2620 is the decider. But overall, again, HDFC twins जो है, यहाँ पे हम लोग range bound movement ज़्यादा देख रहे हैं compared to just straight up bullish movement. So again, it's your call. I can't advise or I can't recommend, but not something I'm looking at right now. Zomato, Paytm. Zomato has done very well today. Zomato is up by 6.5% or something, I think, if I remember correctly. Weekly नहीं, daily देखना है हमें. Yeah, 7.77% up today. That is a lot, obviously. Again, I have holdings in Zomato पहले से, so I would not really look at buying Zomato right now because I already have Zomato shares. But in general, I will say कि जब तक ये level से वो resistance लेता जाएगा, which is this line, तब तक problems होते जाएंगे. Once it is able to break this line, then I feel the momentum can really start rolling in. Overall, we can see 50 MA के तो ऊपर आया है. It has gone above 50 MA, which for starters is a good sign. Let's see how it goes overall. This is another area that we can see here. We can see resistance, broken, breakout, retest and going up. So let's see कैसे जाता है. Paytm. Okay, Sanket ji is still with us. Good. Thank you for staying on the stream, Sanket ji. I'll talk about this thing, India VIX. हम लोग यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं पेटीएम तो 50 MA के आसपास है भी, ठीक है. आई मीन पेटीएम एज अ स्टॉक हैज नॉट रियली हैड द वेरी बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस हिस्ट्री, सो it's not something I would purely judge based on technicals alone, क्योंकि a lot depends on how the market perceives it. Now recently क्या विजय शेखर शर्मा का extension मिला था, so maybe that is what the price is factoring in. Maybe it goes up from here. Let's see. Again, it's a little tricky to say with these stocks. Overall ये level में है, which means technically if it's able to hold on to 730, maybe it has a shot at going around 840 or so. अगर नहीं जा पाता, then well, it might go down. It might test this 615 level again. So That's my view on Paytm. Now let me talk about India VIX. So India VIX कैसे मिलता है? India VIX हमें मिलता है by doing calculation on option prices. Okay, there is a very complex formula for VIX. CBOE का ओरिजिनली VIX है एंड उन कॉम्प्लेक्स कैलकुलेशन से हमें ये नंबर मिलता है. Okay, now this number itself is more indicative than the calculations, and typically कैसा होता है that if prices are falling or if we see a gap down, then we see VIX rising. Why? Because the fear is increasing. Typically people are more happy or easy going when prices are going up, but when prices start going down, people get a little restless, people get a little anxious, and that is what this measures. So India VIX as such formula तो काफी पेचीदा सा है, but overall अगर बात करते हैं then it just represents कि कितना fear है. इंडिया विक्स किन किन चीजों को अफेक्ट कर सकता है? इट कैन अफेक्ट इन अ वे द रेंज ऑफ द प्राइस, इट कैन अफेक्ट द प्राइस ऑफ ऑप्शंस, इट कैन अफेक्ट द सेंटिमेंट, राइट? सो इंडिया विक्स उसके लिए माना जाता है बेसिकली इफ इट गोज 20 प्लस देन इट इज कंसिडर्ड कि थोड़ा सा कॉशियस माहौल है. अगर हम लोग बात करते हैं इंडिया विक्स लेट्स से 17 के नीचे या फिर 18 के नीचे, देन दिस बेसिकली शोज कि थोड़ा सा स्टेबल हो रहा है. बट टिपिकली वी डू नॉट सी इंडिया विक्स होल्डिंग दैट दोज लेवल्स फॉर दैट मच लॉन्गर, स्पेशली अगर हम बात करते हैं पोस्ट कोविड एरा की, क्योंकि पोस्ट कोविड में तो इट इज नॉट बीन एबल टू होल्ड ऑन टू दोज लेवल्स एट ऑल. सो अगर आप यहाँ पे देखते हो देन वी कैन सी दिस वाज द कोविड स्पाइक. Pre-COVID, we saw India VIX was largely below 16. बट आप देख सकते हो पोस्ट कोविड सिर्फ एक बार प्री कोविड लोज के आसपास आया, अदरवाइज इट इज मेंटेनिंग अबव द मीडियन, which is not good if you're a more of a stable outlook guy. अगर आपका व्यू है कि अच्छा हाँ थोड़ी अनसर्टेनिटी रहेगी, ऊपर नीचे मार्केट होगा, then sure that goes along with your this thing. So that is India VIX, and yeah, that's about it in terms of the material that I had planned. अगर आपके और कोई questions है तो please let me know. Otherwise, we can just take a quick look at how Nifty has ended the day, and then we can sort of break for the afternoon. Overall, अगर हम देखते हैं, then we can see that prices are somewhat starting to come down. This is a bit of an alarming sign. I would say कि on a swing basis, on a broader basis, if prices go below today's low, or rather if prices go below this week's low, then it is likely that we see prices going down further. What do you use to trade? That's a bit of a vague question. If you're asking my thought process while trading, all of that is largely highlighted in the analysis videos that I do. So there is another series of videos that I have on my YouTube channel which is called Interesting Candles. So this gentleman is my father. So we basically share our watch list every week. This was shared 3 days ago, you can see. So if you check this out, you'll get an idea of what our picks look like, typically what our watch list is like, and so on. And yeah, you can see there's been a live stream every day for the past month practically, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's practically it from my side. Any further questions? I feel YouTube crowd has already been like, ठीक है भाई, इसने outro देने की बात कर ली, अभी हम लोग निकलेंगे. So that's good. Was asking like Zerodha, Kotak, etc. What? Acha, you're talking about the broker. I use Zerodha. I have accounts with various brokers. My main broker is Zerodha. I'm also an affiliate for 5 Paisa. So in my YouTube video links, you might see 5 Paisa links. That is purely because I get a commission, and it is a fairly decent platform as well. I have accounts with 5 Paisa also. ऐसा नहीं खुद account नहीं किया मैंने और मैं लोगों को वो चीज रेफर कर रहा हूँ. I have an account with 5 Paisa also. Most of the major brokers that are there, I have had some experience with. Typically, I have my main accounts with Zerodha, but Upstocks is actually really good these days. I don't have their affiliate link either, so it's not like I'm getting any personal benefit out of it. But Upstocks is fairly decent, so Upstocks has been good as well. So yeah, any other questions, please feel free to let me know. If not, we can call it a day. Yeah, I think that's about it. When you go live, Yash, typically our live streams are every Thursday from 3 to 3:30. Sometimes it gets extended. For example, right now we're 15 minutes past our time, but that's fine. Depends on the questions, depends on how I feel. But if you want every day, then you have my videos. These videos are posted every day. So some days there are two videos, so you can see that this day there were two videos. So all of that is there. So if you want, you can check my YouTube channel for daily videos. Daily live streams are not there. I do not do live on market open. That's not what I do. I used to do that. So if you want to check that out, playlists में कहीं रहेगा मेरा live trades या live stream या वैसे live trading session शायद रहेगा. At that time I used to do it. So you can check out these, but it's been a while since I've done it. But if there is a good interest for that, if people want to watch it, then maybe I can look into it. And yeah, if you want to explore some more videos, then you can check this one out. It's can you trade options for a living? And this is an interview, this is a podcast of mine. You can check out the podcast also. It's there on Spotify and Apple Music, Prime Music, and all of those platforms. Just search for my YouTube channel, Stock Markets with Care, and you'll find this. Can you trade options for a living? Should be the first episode, and you can get some additional this thing also, right? So yeah, I believe that's about it for today's live stream. Thanks a lot for joining in. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Till then, happy trading, happy analysis, and take care.